What is up today, YouTube? We are back here changing the pan gasket in this 1990 Dodge Ram D150. I've really been putting off doing this for a while now. See, this needed to change. It's been leaking really badly, and the torque converter lockup solenoid has gone out in it, so it's been unplugged for a really long while. My friend was actually at camp with me, and the thing was just acting crazy. I shut it off, unplugged it, got home just fine, but finally I'm changing everything out and changing all the fluid in the transmission as well. But first, we gotta throw some cardboard down for this. Oh, yep. Look at that. Woo! Oh, yes. We are laid down. Time to bring the Dodge down. Also, I'm going to jack the rear end up just so nothing can happen. In a lot of cases, particularly when you change the fluid, you just change what's in the transmission physically. I'm draining the torque converter and everything and doing this the right way. So I'm going to start by removing the transmission cooler lines and get that apart. And what I mean by removing the lines is it's definitely best to find the high pressure side, because that's what's going to be shooting the fluid out of the transmission when the truck is running in neutral. And once that's all out of there at first, I'm going to drop the pan, put it back together with the new filter and everything. Then I'm going to drain it again and start filling it up with new. That way we get everything out of the torque converter. I've got about 12 quarts of Mopar ATF here for it. Connected the battery at positive. I grounded on the starter. Don't ask me how I did that. Cooler lines are right here and right down there. We're going to find the high pressure one here just momentarily. We also need our wheel chocks. So I just drained out the first batch of fluid out of the actual transmission itself. And we'll take a look under here real quick. As you can see, right up here, the cooler line is just dripping a little bit now. But we basically drained all this out. We put this in drive because the pump doesn't engage till you're in drive. We did that, drained all the fluid out of it till it stopped coming out. That way, when we go up in here to change the pan behind us, it won't be such a mess to do it. Easily remove this pan. We got the old Milwaukee, baby. Little M12. I like this tool. Really works well for me in this situation like this, where you got to take out 100 bolts. And you don't feel like doing it by hand. You know, you got the power of electricity right here, man. So we're going to do this next. Take out all the pan bolts and drop the pan, and then change the valve body filter and the torque converter solenoid. Let's go ahead and get that done. Look at it, right there it is, out from underneath the truck. The transmission pan gasket right there. Got her out, everything's dropped. I'm gonna go clean that pan off, and then we're putting it right back together and draining that torque converter out. This here is a transmission pan if I've ever seen one. Look at that, very clean. OE pan gasket for the valve body. Look at that, very good shape. The only thing is, look at that cork gasket. It is so burned on there and so stuck to it. It all needs cleaned off. I don't even think there's any stuck to the engine. I'm sorry, the transmission itself. I think it's all right here. Let's get cleaning. Dirty now here, but we got the whole thing wire wheeled. Let's take a look. So we got this all wired wheeled down, cleaned up. This just needs to go on. In normal cases, you would just go ahead and put the gasket in and reinstall the filter for the valve body. Well, on this, we're going to install high-tack sealant around this part, just so I'm not struggling with this gasket moving around when I try to reinstall it. So hopefully all that goes well, and we're going to proceed from there and make sure that the block of the transmission is clean. And we're also going to check and make sure we get the solenoid out and replace that as well. Here it is. We're going to get ready to take this and put high tack on it, the high tack sealant, keep that gasket stuck to it. And we're going to put it all around here and just set the gasket down on it lightly, like so. So when changing the filter on the valve body, there is 3 Allen head screws. Behind the filter is going to be that solenoid I'm talking about. I'm going to have to change that. With this whole thing here, I cannot change a solenoid. I'm not confident enough to take this apart right now. I need to just change the fluid. I think I'll just take this to a transmission shop to have that fixed. I know a guy that owns a race shop here, not too far up the road, but we're going to have that changed. And I'll just do the fluid and I'll get the filter in. We had an issue with the filter for a minute, but we're all good now. Okay, we got the valve body, the old valve body filter off and putting the new one on. Like I said, I can't really do the solenoid. I'm just not confident enough to do that right now. But I got to change this today, so we're going to go ahead and do this next. I was going to try to video putting it in, but my hyper flash messed up, and I didn't even capture this in the video putting it together. So it's back in. Sorry I didn't show you how to reinstall it. It was these 3 bolts here. But we're ready to go ahead and get this gasket on here. I'm just going to make sure everything's wiped down real nice before we put it in. So we got the whole transmission pan back underneath, torqued down to spec of 12.5 foot-pounds. Now, our next thing is we got to fill the transmission back up. So I have the line disconnected below still, and I got a bunch of ATF Mopar fluid here. We get it from the dealership. We got 13 quarts here, so when we go ahead and start pumping it out of the torque converter, we'll have extra to still fill up in here. One other thing I wanted to mention is try to get, if you have this transmission 727 or the A999 Torqueflite, try to get about 6 or 7 quarts in the transmission before turning the truck on. Okay, as you can see in here, this is the dipstick for the ATF. This is where we're just going to fill right up through here. There's not even anything on there, obviously. But we're going to start here just very shortly. My dad is going to come out and help me, and he'll sit in the truck and turn it on and put it in drive. Okay, we're on quart number 5. As I was telling you, filling it up. Say hi to the guy that's doing the driving here, turning the truck on for us. And here we go. Well, we literally just fired it up. I got all the fluid out of it, out of the torque converter. It was running pretty clean. Still trying to get it warmed up here, and we're going to check the level and see if we have to drain anything else out of it. So just for recap, if you're going to take this apart and you want to pump it out of your torque converter, pressure is on this side, passenger side. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and please like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you out or if you just enjoyed watching it. Take care, everybody. See you later. that was a successful job on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe if you really like this. I hope to put out more content for you guys in the future here. Hope everybody has a great one. Stay tuned.